Hello, Facebook peeps. I'm Vern Glenn along with
Christine with the KPIX stream team.
Okay, and so here's the situation. In newsrooms like this, offices, dorm rooms, so you guys are probably trying to figure out the 68, now 64 team bracket for the NCAA tournament, which starts on tomorrow. So this is kind of a bracketology for beginners because, Christine, it's your first time. You're a novice. You're a newbie. Never filled this baby out before.
No, never.
Okay, well, I have filled out tons of these things. And for you out there, I just wanted to just kind of guide you through it. Do you have a question first?
Well, how do I even fill one out?
Okay, first of all, you just print up one of these. You just go to a computer. You just type in NCAA tournament bracket printable.
Okay.
And then you hit print, and then one of these comes out, and it's blank.
Okay.
Okay, this one's filled out. But it comes out blank, and then you're like, okay, where do I begin? Well, there's 4 regions: South, West, East, and Midwest, where all these teams are playing. Okay, so I just go, I don't know, I'm right-handed, I don't know, my right brain works. I just start top left, and that would be the South region.
Okay.
Okay, and so so you have all these matchups in the South region.
Okay.
And if you go to the very, very top, the number 1 seed is Virginia.
Okay.
It's where I went to school.
All right.
Okay, and here's another thing that you need to know out there. A lot of people just fill out this thing and just kind of go with their heart. I mean, which is fine. There's really no right answer. I've seen people win these bracket pools knowing nothing about basketball. I mean, they barely dribble, just don't even know the schools. Some people have won this thing just going, oh, that's a pretty school. I'll type that. I'll write that in. So it's not really an exact science. You just go based on who you think might win.
Okay.
So anyway, so this is a bracket that I made for me because I went to Virginia.
Okay.
And a lot of people do this. You go with your heart first because you want your school to go as far as you think that they can go. I happen to think that Virginia's a really strong team, so I have them going very far. In fact, I have them winning the whole thing in this particular bracket. Okay.
This is the bracket for your heart, not with your wallet.
Yes, for my heart, not with my wallet. So in the South region, there's a couple of things you
gamble here at CVS anyway, right?
Right. So in this, in the history of the NCAA tournament, a 16 seed has never beaten a 1. It hasn't happened before. It is not going to happen this year. It is not going to happen. So Virginia's at 16. They're going up against University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC.
And then they're all numbered. And so that's why when you're talking about 16 seed, I can say that because it's on.
Number 1 seed, the number 16 seed, and you have these matchups all the way down. Okay. So Virginia's going to win, so just pencil that in. You just know that's just going to happen. Also, the most attractive seedings that people kind of like to look for are the upsets. Okay. And usually it happens when a 12 seed beats a 5 seed. They call it the 5-12 matchup. Like in this particular bracket, what do we have here? Here's Davidson as a 12. Davidson, this is where Steph Curry went to school. Right. Davidson, they got in because they won their conference tournament. Okay, so Davidson's going up against Kentucky. Kentucky's a big name, and they're playing as well as they ever have. Right? These are my picks, over my shoulder, right there, in the South region. So, but in this particular matchup, I don't think Davidson is going to beat Kentucky. So I don't think an upset is going to happen there. Okay. Okay. So just know those things, and a lot of things. Common sense comes into play too. Like here's a Georgia State. That's a 15 seed. Going against number 2. Going up at number 2 in Cincinnati. An upset here is just not going to happen. Okay. It's just not going to happen.
So in the first round, I pick who's going to win out of that first round.
Right. Here's Arizona, very popular team here out west. Okay. So I've got Arizona. I've got Arizona going to the second round and losing to Kentucky. Okay. Well, that's just how I feel about it in my heart. Okay. All right. So you go through this first round. This is the second round. This is the next round, and you just go all the way until you get to the final 4 teams. In my final 4, I have Virginia, I have Michigan, I have West Virginia, and I have Kansas. Okay. When the dust clears, those are the 4 teams I feel will be remaining. All right. All right. So that kind of takes you a look at the South region. Now, if you go to the West region, which is where our region here, just looking down, Xavier is the #1 seed in this one. And a lot of people feel that of all the regions, Xavier may have the easiest path to the Final Four, but at the same time, Xavier might be in danger of being bumped off along the way. So just know that. What's the 12? Here's a 12-5 matchup here that I talked to before. This is South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits.
Okay.
The Jackrabbits are what people might think is a dark horse. A team that nobody's talking about that actually may surprise some people.
So maybe like a Cinderella story here.
In fact, South Dakota State is going up against Ohio State. And initially, just knee-jerk reaction, I just penciled in Ohio State without really kind of thinking about it. But as I talked to people and like looked at it, I was like, you know what? Maybe in this case, a 12 could beat a 5. So I went with the Jackrabbits, South Dakota State, winning and beating Ohio State in that first round.
Okay.
They would advance to play against Gonzaga. Gonzaga's very, I mean, they're just, I mean, they've been to the NCAA tournament for 20 straight years.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't lose. They always go far. It's a solid team. Just ask St. Mary's. They know, okay? so I have them losing to Gonzaga.
Okay.
And Gonzaga, I'm just kind of riding them down to the Elite Eight and eventually losing to Michigan.
Okay.
People are really hot on Michigan now because they got hot late. They won their conference tournament, the Big Ten. They're riding a wave of momentum. Momentum can carry you really, really far if all things are clicking and you're just doing really well. So go with the hot teams that are going in this.
Even if they're not necessarily, well, no, Michigan's #3, so that's.
Yeah, Michigan's a 3rd seed.
Okay.
That's a good solid
seed.
And
it's always been. They've always been like a big name.
Yes.
From the little that I know about college ball.
Whether it's basketball, football, it's phone going off, but just don't pay attention. It's
That's quite the ringtone.
Well, I have ringtones for different people. That was for my wife, but she can wait.
It's be humble, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So let's move. So that's the West region.
Okay.
I have Michigan coming out of the West region, beating Gonzaga in what we like to call the Elite Eight. That would be the 8 teams remaining.
Right.
Okay. So let's move over to the East region.
Okay.
In the East region, I have the Villanova Wildcats. They're the #1 seed out of Philadelphia. The head coach of Villanova happens to be the brother-in-law of a prominent anchor here in the Bay Area. That doesn't work for KPIX, so we're not going to mention him. But anyway, Villanova's riding in here, and I'm kind of riding them for a couple of for a couple of wins, but then eventually losing to West Virginia. I'm just kind of getting hot on West Virginia. It's another one of these hot teams I talked about that's just peaking at the right time.
Okay.
So I'm riding West Virginia, the Mountaineers. Now where's the 12-5 matchup in this one? Okay. Murray State, it's a 12 seed, going up against West Virginia. The Racers, they'll play anybody. It's a tough team, but West Virginia, they got a couple of really good guys. Javon Sexton, they're just really good, and again, they're playing well. So I'm riding with West Virginia in this particular East region. So, any questions so far? I know I'm kind of hitting you over the head with a whole lot of information.
I'm starting to understand. So the numbers definitely do help.
Yes.
Because when I would see them before, I would just see this graph and it reminded me of math class in school, and I just thought, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. Don't overthink it.
Okay, that's what I was doing.
Just don't over. You can't be too analytical, because a lot of these experts that we see on some of these big time, they don't really know. I mean, it's all chance. You could have a powerful team out there that's just clicking, and then for whatever reason on that particular game, the shots aren't falling. They can't hit a jump shot. They can't throw the ball in the ocean. They just have a bad game. That particular day, they had a bad game and they lose, and they're bumped off. It happens. It's a tournament. It's one and done. Lose and you go home.
So you don't even have to, if you don't even want to do like analytically or through your wallet, and you're just thinking, okay, I'm going to choose Virginia because I like the color of their uniforms. I could do that instead. There's no right or wrong.
Absolutely. No right or wrong, really.
I could ride that wave until the national championship. I could win. I could win my office pool by doing that.
You could. And then they'll come to you and go, Christine, how'd you do it? You go, well, I don't know. I just kind of, You kind of went with your gut on that particular. Yeah, exactly. Liz Cook is a 2-time winner.
That's right.
Of this, I mean, a proud 2-time winner.
Wow.
A USC Trojan.
That's right.
SC is not a part of this. And where'd you go to school?
Well, it's San Jose State.
San Jose. It's gonna be a long time for this party, babies. Or in this bracket.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on now to the Midwest.
Okay.
But we've all heard of Duke.
Right.
Okay. That's a popular team. Duke is at the number 2 seed. The number 1 seed is Kansas. Kansas Jayhawks, again, another powerful team, won their conference, and I have chosen Kansas to
go all the way.
To make the final, all the way to the Final Four. In fact, I have them in the championship game going up against Virginia.
Okay.
And losing to UVA in this particular bracket.
This was the bracket to your heart.
The bracket.
Virginia is your team.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In the bracket in my wallet, look who I have winning.
Kansas.
Okay, all right.
Because the number. Okay,
exactly,
I see what you're saying.
Exactly. So again, always fill out a couple of pools and just.
Now, if you're in the office, do they allow you to do, like, okay, for us here at KPIX, are we allowed to fill out multiple brackets and just kind of, hey, that's mine?
Just depends on the pool you're in, baby. It just depends. It just depends. All right, where's the 12-5 matchup in this one? Okay, here's Clemson against New Mexico State. Originally, I wrote in Clemson.
Right.
I scribbled that out and I replaced it with New Mexico State.
Why is that?
Because it's a great jump shooting team.
Okay.
They don't miss their free throws. It's a team that it's one of those teams that if they catch you on a day where you're kind of they can beat you.
Okay.
So Clemson they really haven't. They've been kind of up and down.
Yeah.
They've kind of backed into this tournament, leaking a little bit of oil, so to speak. And so I'm going with New Mexico State.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just kind of my feeling on it. Let's see. Oh, and then another popular team in this is Michigan State. In fact, I scribbled out a couple of things and put Michigan State in there because Michigan State, they're coming in as a 3 seed. They're always battle tested and they're always tough in the NCAA tournament.
All right.
So that's just kind of a little thumbnail on this one. I mean, again, no right answer. Just boom, fill it out, fill out a backup, and go with it.
You can't just throw one of them away and pretend it never happened, can you?
No. In fact, I have two posted on the wall here. Anybody walking by, my foot's in it.
Hey man, do you ever compare them with people who just pick the top seed for everything all the way to the
There's people that do that, but in a tournament like this, there's always going to be an upset.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare that all 4 number 1 seeds make it to the Final Four, and I don't see it happening this time. So there you have it, NCAA brackets for beginners.
Virginia sucks.
Oh, please. Yeah, where's San Francisco State? When's their next game? Dennis O'Donnell in the background there. All right, you feel like you.
I feel confident. I feel good. I feel like I can do this finally.
You get one of these, you can take it and run with it.
Yes, okay, I think so.
Well, you're running out of time because tomorrow it all begins.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Who's the first game tomorrow? Who should we be tuning in tomorrow to watch?
What do we got here? What's tomorrow? The 15th?
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow's the I don't know who's on the board. Oh, well, here's. I see Duke, Iona. I see Rhode Island, Oklahoma. Yeah, there's a hand. It's probably 8 to 12 games tomorrow, maybe more. Yeah, maybe 16 games tomorrow. I don't know, but check your local listings for the action there. All right, so that will dot the I's and cross the T's on this particular episode of Facebook Bracket for Beginners. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah.